You're sitting at a blackjack table, staring at your cards, your mind a fog, unsure of your next move. Do you go with your gut and swing wildly, or ask the player next to you, maybe even the dealer? Truth be told, the ones most eager to teach you in a casino are often those waiting for you to slip up. Your instincts, they're the casino's favorite ATM. Advice from others? Take it with a grain of salt. It's not always reliable. What really keeps you steady at the table is basic strategy, your Blackjack Bible. It's not some mystical secret, but a scientific guide telling you exactly how to play each hand. When to hit, stand, double down, split, or even surrender. Don't underestimate these decisions. They're the result of early computers running countless simulations, optimized for every casino rule, ensuring you make the mathematically best choice every time. So, what's the power of basic strategy? In short, it helps you win more and lose less. The average player faces a 1% to 2% disadvantage at the blackjack table, but if you master basic strategy, you can cut that down to about 0.5%. Don't scoff at that number. Every penny counts in a casino. Say you're betting $1,000 per hour. The average player might lose $80 on average, while a basic strategy player might only lose $20. Over time, that gap is no joke. Basic strategy isn't a suggestion, it's a hard rule. Every decision is a statistically correct answer, with no room for close enough or I feel like it. For example, you've got 16 against a dealer's ace. Most people freeze, thinking hitting will bust them, but standing feels like a loss too. The truth, with 16 against an ace, hitting has a high chance of losing, but standing loses even more. Basic strategy says, grit your teeth and hit. You'll lose less in the long run. You might find a bunch of basic strategy charts online, and they can look confusing at first. Why the differences? Because blackjack rules vary wildly. For instance, does the dealer stand or hit on a soft 17, ace plus 6? That directly affects your decisions, like whether to double down on 11 against an ace or split ace, 8 against a 6. About 80% of US casinos now use the dealer hits soft 17, H17 rule, so our recommended universal basic strategy chart is based on that. Some folks ask if you need different charts for single deck, double deck, or 4 to 8 deck games. Honestly, I've crunched the numbers, and the difference in strategy due to deck count is only about 0.01%. Is it worth memorizing separate charts for that? Hardly. Unless you're in a UK casino with European no-hole card rules, where the dealer doesn't take a whole card, you'll need a specific chart for that. For most players, memorizing one universal basic strategy chart and drilling it until it's second nature is enough. Don't get overwhelmed by rule variations. 99% of the time, the universal chart is your best weapon. You can download it from Blackjack Apprentice. Links below the video. If you want to go deeper, learn some card counting tricks and tweak for rule differences later. But a chart alone won't cut it. You need it burned into your brain. Don't expect to sneak a cheat sheet into a casino. That's not just embarrassing, it might get you kicked out for a chat. Want to practice? Blackjack Apprentice has a free basic strategy training tool, links below. Spend some time drilling until every decision is instinctive. Does mastering basic strategy guarantee a win? Nope. The casino always has an edge, and basic strategy just shrinks it to around 0.5%. To truly flip the odds, you need to learn card counting. That's a whole different beast. Card counting isn't some dark art. It's a math-based skill, tracking dealt cards to gauge whether the remaining deck favors you. The core is the high-low count. Simple enough, you assign a value to each card. 2 through 6 is +1, 7 through 9 is 0, 10 through ace is -1. As cards are dealt, you keep a running count. The higher it gets, the more big cards, 10, J, Q, K, A, are left, which tilts things in your favor. That's when you bet big, or even deviate from basic strategy, like doubling down or splitting more aggressively in high counts. But card counting isn't something you pick up overnight. It demands iron discipline and focus. You've got to count cards in a noisy casino, play naturally, and avoid tipping off the dealer or surveillance. Casinos aren't pushovers. They have zero tolerance for counters. Get caught, and you might be shown the door or blacklisted. So, before you even think about counting, make sure your basic strategy is rock solid. It's your foundation. Without it, card counting is just a pipe dream. Back to basic strategy, let's talk real-world application. Say you've got a 12, and the dealer's showing a 4. Most players think 12 is shaky. Hitting risks a bust. Standing risks the dealer flipping a big card. Basic strategy says, stand. Why? A dealer's 4 is one of their most bust-prone up cards, so statistically, standing at 12 gives you a better shot. Flip it around. If the dealer shows a 10 and you've got 15, basic strategy says hit, even with the bust risk. Why? The dealer's 10 means they're likely to hit 17 or higher, so standing at 15 is almost a guaranteed loss. Hitting gives you a slim chance. Then there's splitting. A lot of folks are clueless about when to split. Basic strategy is crystal clear. Always split aces and 8s, never split 10s or 5s. Why? Splitting aces gives each one a shot at 21 or close. Splitting 8s avoids the dreadful 16 and gives you 2 chances at stronger hands. But 10s, that's already 20. Splitting risks ruining a winning hand. And 5s? Together they're 10, perfect for doubling down to go big. Splitting wastes that chance. Doubling down is another cornerstone of basic strategy. Got 11 and the dealer's showing a 6? Double down. You're likely to hit 20 or 21, and the dealer's 6 is prone to busting. But if the dealer's showing an ace with your 11, doubling gets dicey. The dealer's got a decent shot at 21. These choices seem simple, but they're backed by countless simulations. Let's talk surrender. Not every casino offers it, but when they do, basic strategy tells you when to use it. Got 16 against a dealer's 10 or ace. Surrender's often your best bet. You're far more likely to lose than win. It costs you half your bet up front, but that's better than losing the whole thing by playing it out. In practice, basic strategy charts are simple but demand intense focus. Casinos are loud, dealers push you to act fast, and other players chime in with bad advice. That's why I keep hammering this. Memorize the chart until it's reflexive. Don't try to think it through mid-game. You'll fumble. Let's touch on how rule differences affect strategy. Beyond soft 17 and deck count, casinos have all sorts of quirks. Some allow resplitting. Others don't. Some pay 1.5x instantly on a blackjack. Others wait for the dealer's flip. These tweak your strategy, but the good news? A universal basic strategy chart covers most common scenarios. Master it, and you'll handle most casinos like a pro. If you're new and walking into a casino, a basic strategy chart might look like gibberish, rows and columns of numbers and commands. Don't panic. It's straightforward once you break it down. The horizontal axis is the dealer's up card, 2-2A. The vertical is your hand, hard, soft, or split scenarios, and each cell tells you what to do. Hard 13 against a dealer's 5, stunt. Soft 18 against a 9, hit. It's all math talking. To make it vivid, picture this. You're at a Vegas blackjack table. The dealer deals you a 10 and a 3, totaling 13, with their up card a 6. You glance at your mental basic strategy chart and see you should stand. You tap the table, signaling a stand. The dealer flips a 9, making 15, then draws a king. Bam, they bust, you win. That's the magic of basic strategy. It guides you to the right call, even when it feels counterintuitive. But blackjack isn't just cold math. It's a psychological game too. You've got to control your emotions. Don't let a losing streak make you reckless or a winning streak make you cocky. Basic strategy is about long-term thinking. Every hand contributes to your overall edge, even if you lose a few in a row. The casino's edge is always there. Your job is to grind it down, not chase a quick fortune. Let's dig into basic strategy's limits. It cuts the house edge to about 0.5%, but it doesn't mean you'll always win. Blackjack is random at its core. Short-term, you might hit a black day of losses or a lucky streak of wins. Basic strategy keeps you grounded in that chaos, but it can't change the game's nature. To flip the odds, card counting is the next step. Card counting isn't rocket science, but it takes serious skill to pull off. You track dealt cards to estimate whether the remaining deck is rich in high or low cards. More high cards. That's your cue to bet big. The high-low method is beginner-friendly but powerful. +1 for 2 through 6, 0 for 7 through 9, -1 for 10 through ace. A high count means more big cards are left, so you bet more or tweak your strategy, like splitting or doubling more aggressively. But don't think card counting is like the movies, where you slap on sunglasses and clean out the casino. In reality, casinos are hawk-eyed. They've got cameras, pit boss teams, and dealers watching your betting patterns. Jump from a $10 to a $100 bet, and you'll raise eyebrows. Counting requires not just math, but acting. Play it cool, lose a few hands, chat a bit to blend in. Back to basic strategy. Some ask if they can add their own flair to it. Short answer, don't. Basic strategy is the mathematically optimal solution. Any creative tweaks just widen the house's edge. Think 16 against a 10 is too risky to hit? Stand, and you'll lose more long-term. Every decision in basic strategy is battle-tested by simulations, not something you can outsmart with a hunch. Let's get into some practical details. You're in a Vegas casino, playing a 6-deck game. Dealer hits soft 17, surrender allowed. You get a pair of 8s, dealer's up card is a 9. Basic strategy says split. Why? A 16 is a lousy hand, and against a 9, it's a near certain loss. Splitting gives you 2 shots at better hands, like 18 or 19. You split, draw a 10 for an 18 on one hand, an ace for a 19 on the other. Dealer flips a 17, you win both. Basic strategy turned a losing hand into a win. Another example, you've got 9, dealer's showing a 3. Hesitant to double down? Basic strategy says do it. A 9 plus a 10 or face card makes 19 or 20, and a dealer's 3 is bust prone. Doubling maximizes your win in a favorable spot. It feels risky, but it's mathematically sound. Now about insurance. When the dealer's up card is an ace, they'll offer insurance. A side bet that the dealer's whole card is a 10, making blackjack. Basic strategy says skip it. Insurance has a negative expected value. You'll lose more long-term. Only in card counting, with a high enough count, might insurance make sense, but that's advanced play. By now, basic strategy might seem like a lot, but it's just the entry point. True pros don't just follow it, they adjust based on the table. In a single deck game, if you notice most aces and 10s are gone, you might ease up on doubling or splitting. That's next level, requiring experience and sharp observation. Picture a real casino scene. You're at the table, and the loud guy next to you's got 16, refusing to hit, saying, "Can't risk busting." You check your mental chart, know you should hit, and do it, then bust. He laughs. But you know you made the right call long-term. Blackjack's a marathon, not a sprint. Short-term results don't define success. For training, repetition is key. Use Blackjack Apprentices, online tool to simulate hands and test decisions. It might feel slow at first, but after a few dozen hours, you'll be making snap calls. Casinos don't give you time to think, so practice is critical. Mindset matters too. Blackjack is a mental battle against the casino and yourself. Stay calm under pressure, don't chase losses, and don't get cocky after wins. Basic strategy's strength is consistency. Every hand builds toward long-term gains. Casinos fear players who stay disciplined and stick to the plan. Want to level up? Look into deviation strategies for card counting. In a high count, you might stand on 16 against a 10 instead of hitting. These tweaks require deep deck knowledge and are for counters only. Nail basic strategy first. Casino rules vary by region. US casinos mostly use H17, but in Europe or Asia, some use S17. Dealer stands on soft 17, slightly altering your strategy. For example, with S17, you can double 11 against an ace more confidently. The dealer's less likely to hit 21. Some casinos don't allow surrender or limit resplitting, so check the rules and adjust your chart. Deck count matters less than you'd think. Single deck games are rare. Most use 6 or 8 decks. More decks make counting harder, but basic strategy barely changes. Only a 0.01% win rate difference. Focus on memorizing the chart, not sweating deck counts. A common mistake is thinking basic strategies too robotic, lacking casino thrill. Wrong. The excitement is in outsmarting the house with every calculated move. Each hand you play by strategy is a jab at the casino's edge. Don't fall for movie-style gambling myths. Real blackjack pros are cool-headed number crunchers. For practice, beyond online tools, grab a deck of cards. Deal to yourself, playing both dealer and player, and check decisions against the chart. A half-hour daily for a month, and you'll be a machine at the table. Casinos are chaotic. Loud players, chatty dealers, distractions galore. Tune it out. Focus on your cards and strategy. Don't let the dealer's smile or a player's bad advice sway you. Their job is to keep you loose and losing. Bankroll management is crucial. Basic strategy minimizes losses, but it doesn't stop them. Set a budget, stick to it. Lose it, walk away. Win, don't get greedy. Chasing losses is how casinos win. Strategy's your tool, but discipline's your shield. Blackjack's got culture too. From the 1960s MIT card counting team to today's pros, it's a battleground for sharp minds versus casinos. Basic Strategy's birth was a triumph of math over chance. Every hand you play by it carries that legacy. For next steps, start with high-low counting after mastering Basic Strategy. Later, try advanced systems like Omega 2 or Wong halves, but they demand serious focus. You could also explore team play, like MIT's, split roles for counting and betting. That's pro-level, beyond Basic Strategy. Blackjack's fun lies in its challenge. Each hand's a math puzzle, thrilling yet satisfying. Making the right call feels like telling the casino, "Not my money today." That beats any lucky win. Online blackjack is growing, but rules vary more. Some platforms skip surrender or cut payouts. Check before playing. Online, you can practice strategy at home without dealer pressure, but card counting's useless since decks shuffle constantly. Blackjack's a mental duel, with the casino and yourself. Every hit or stand tests your discipline. Casinos use lights, music, free drinks to make you slip. Basic Strategy's your anchor, keeping you sharp. For real results, imagine playing 1,000 hands at $10 each. Average players might lose $100 to $200, strategy players, maybe $50. In high counts, smart bets could turn a profit. That's Basic Strategy's long-term edge. Less loss, more wins. Casinos evolve. Automatic shufflers and AI surveillance make counting tougher. But Basic Strategy? Timeless. As long as Blackjack's rules hold, it's your best weapon. Learning takes time. Don't expect to master the chart overnight or become a pro in a week. Blackjack rewards patience. A half-hour daily for 3 months, and you'll be transformed. Watch for casino traps. Some offer fake blackjack, with 6:5 payouts instead of 3:2, spiking the house edge. Check rules before sitting. Strategy helps you spot bad tables. Blackjack tables are social hubs, quiet pros, loud braggers, all types. Observe them for fun and insight. A reckless player might disrupt the dealer's rhythm, giving counters a chance. For practice, try friends. One plays dealer, one player, and you swap, correcting each other. It's effective and fun. Blackjack's a brain game with buddies too. Mindset's key. Accept short-term swings. 10 losses don't mean your strategy's off, nor do 10 wins make you invincible. Stay steady, trust the math, and time proves you right. Advanced counting? Move to true count. Your running count divided by remaining decks. A +6 count with 4 decks left is a true count of 1.5. Meh. With 1 deck, it's 6 bet big. This takes practice but puts you in control.